Have you ever noticed how some text just pops in an artwork, while other text seems to vanish or look messy, especially when you zoom in or out? It is not just about choosing a pretty font. It is about making sure your message is seen and understood, no matter its size. When considering fonts for art scale, the key factors are readability at various sizes, the overall visual impact, and how well the font integrates with the artwork style across different display mediums. A font that looks fantastic as a large title might be completely unreadable as small print, and the reverse can also be true. The reason this happens boils down to several core design principles. At small scales, fine details, thin lines, and complex serifs on letters can easily get lost or clumped together, making your text impossible to read. This is especially true for fonts with a low X height, which is the height of the lowercase letters like X. Fonts with a more generous X height often maintain better readability when shrunk down. Another critical element is the counter space, which is the enclosed or partially enclosed area within a letter. For example, the inside of the letter O or P. If this space is too small, letters can merge into indistinguishable blobs. Conversely, at very large scales, extremely simple or thick fonts might appear clunky or lack visual interest. The visual impact of a font dramatically changes with its size. An elegant, delicate font might lose its charm or become too fragile looking when small, while a bold, strong font could overwhelm an image if it is too large. Finally, you also need to think about the display medium. Text intended for a high-resolution print will behave differently than text viewed on a digital screen where pixels come into play. So, how do you make sure your text always looks its best? A practical step is to always test your chosen font at both its smallest and largest intended sizes within your artwork. Use your software's zoom features to simulate different viewing distances and scales, like how someone might see it on a phone screen versus a large canvas print. Consider the purpose of the text. Is it a prominent heading, detailed body text, or a subtle design element? This will dictate its primary scale and help you choose accordingly. Often, using a font family with various weights and styles, like light, regular, and bold, can help maintain visual consistency across different scales in the same piece. For smaller text, prioritize sans serif fonts with clear, open counter spaces. For larger elements, you can experiment more with decorative or serif fonts that allow their intricate details to truly shine. Here is an insider tip that digital artists often leverage. Understand the difference between vector and raster text. When you use vector fonts, which are mathematically defined, they can scale perfectly to any size without losing sharpness or becoming pixelated. This is incredibly important for artwork that might be resized for various outputs. If your text becomes rasterized, meaning it is converted into pixels, it will lose sharpness and quality when it is enlarged. This concept is sometimes referred to as resolution independence for vector objects. Also, paying attention to the kerning, the spacing between individual letter pairs, is vital. Carefully adjust spacing between individual letters for professional legibility and aesthetic appeal at any scale, making your text look balanced. By thoughtfully considering font readability, visual impact, and consistency across scales, you ensure your artistic message is always clear and beautifully presented, no matter how or where your art is viewed. This approach helps you avoid common pitfalls, enhancing your digital art skills and ensuring your textual elements truly complement your visual creations.